Hello everyone, my name is Tongsly, and welcome back to another fun Kuva Lich Hunt on Warframe. So, been a little bit since I did Kuva Lich Hunt. I also completed, actually just now, my latest Lich, which just had a new version of the Kraken, which comes with an automatic electricity proc, and I actually like it a lot better because it gives me automatic 90 electricity. So, well, actually, no, that's right. I have damage things on. Okay, 14.3 electricity. That's still good, in my opinion. Especially with all the other stats that you guys can, like, see from when it's not modded. I like it a lot better than just having enhanced impact. The enhanced impact was interesting, but as we all know, impact isn't really a major thing. Like, it's only good if you want to, like, have a lot more damage to taking out corpus shields. But as we all know, if you use, like, builds, like, with, like, toxin or gas, then you can literally bypass the shielding. So it's really not worth focusing too much on impact. But it's still useful. It still can be useful. But I like this a lot better because I have a much stronger corrosive proc, and which, of course, will add into more overall damage. So, in my last video, I showed off my first time experiencing the Railjacks, which I'm having fun with it. I'm getting progress done within it. As you all can see, I already completed all of Earth's Proxima. I still have to do Saturn Proxima, but I wanted to wait until I wanted to really wait until I had, like, my ship prepared, because going to Saturn is where you get all the Mark II equipment, and I wanted to make sure my ship was equipped with Mark I, because I was using stock that whole time in Earth Proxima. And I realized after help from some very nice players that you can literally research Mark I, like weapons and gear for your Railjack in the research terminal inside your dry dock. So for those of you out there that, like, struggling to get some good Mark I stuff for your ship, I advise and recommend you start using the Mark I equipment they have in the research terminal. You actually will not be disappointed. The Mark I gear in the research terminal is actually a very decent way to start off modifying your Railjack and save all your resources for replacing the Mark I gear with better ones if you find Mark I gear and you're not fully prepared for Mark II base combat, which is at Saturn. Also, shout out to the very nice people, and I didn't mean to exit out of that fully. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry about that. Shout out to the very kind people in the comments about my my first how-to video for Requiem Murmur. It's gone over some 1,000 views, which I'm like, even though there's not as many likes or like really anything to like show that like all of them liked it. It's nice to know that people took the time to view my videos and gotten some very nice comments from very kind people, like people that I helped out with that video. Also, people telling me that it's very decent work. Thank you all so much for that. That was literally my first how-to video. I never thought in my life I would ever do a how-to video ever on my channel, because I'm not perfect when it comes to like telling information, but I can try. That's the best I can do. So in this video, I wanted to take a little bit of a break from doing stuff with the Railjack, because as you saw, I did just finish the entirety of Earth Proxima, and I had, of course, quite a few fails here and there, so it kind of made me want to take a break from it. And I just finished killing my Kuva Lich so I could replace the Kuva Kraken with a better one, and of course I didn't want to show off that because you guys already know about the Kuva Kraken. So in this one, we're going to see if we can go after one of the other Kuva weapons to experience a little bit more of the Kuva Lich Hunts, and to also talk about more things I found out that can help out all of you guys who are new to Warframe, that want to know more new ways in order to take care of your Kuva Liches, because I had some very nice people tell me some more info about Kuva Liches, and I decided to pretty much use that information that I've learned so that I can tell it to all of you guys. So we're going to hop here, and I'm going to go on friendly, and we're going to hop in here. We're going to see if we can get a larvaling to spawn. And hopefully, this Lich will have a different weapon, because so far, we got the Kuva Ogris. We do have the Kuva Arcwing weapon, but I found out apparently the time I was purchasing the battery for the arc gun with platinum, apparently it purchased a weapon slot for the arc gun instead. So I'm gonna have to get some time to actually fully unlock it, and I'll try my best to. And of course, we also have the Kuva Kraken. So Ogris, the arc gun, and the Kuva Kraken. Those are the three main Kuva weapons I have. Still hoping to get others, but it's random chance of what the Liches are going to be wielding with. Only thing that's different is their personality. So, something I found out for people that want to have pretty much an easier time dealing with their Kuva Liches, that a very nice player has told me. It's been a little bit since I talked to them, so I've forgotten to write down their name on Warframe. But who knows, maybe if they see this video, maybe they'll know, hey, I know that guy. But apparently, and this is something I literally did not actually know, if you defeat the Kuva Lich, and, well, not like defeat, but if you down the Kuva Lich, even without attempting to mercy kill them, I believe it's about like around 3 times, the Kuva Lich will actually extract. And I think every time you down the Kuva Lich, it spawns more thralls. So, in this video, we're gonna not only get to showcase that mechanic being a thing, but we're also going to take a look and see if that is the case, if it does spawn more thralls. And if it does, then that, of course, as you all know from my last video, that means even more Requiem Murmur for all of you to enjoy and farm for. Because that was what my first how-to video was about. It was about finding a way to make killing the thralls and focusing on them instead of worrying about the Kuva Lich, to make getting Requiem Murmur easy and not worrying about the Kuva Lich too much. Because I was learning that whole time when dealing with the Kuva Liches. Like, I did not know much about them at all, and I just went into a complete circle. But yeah, I did not know much of it at all. Like, all of us, during the time I was making the video, we were all experiencing the new mechanics. So, you can't blame me for some of the things that I just found out now. And, I mean, if people blame me out there, then, well, that's your words, not mine. Like, I'm not blaming myself, so you really shouldn't. But if you're gonna blame me, alright, if it helps you sleep at night. But anyway, yeah, so, when I first made that video, at first, I didn't think I actually did well at all, because like I said, it was my first how-to video. I've never done a how-to video before. I've seen YouTubers make how-to videos. I hate these guys. And I thought of trying to make how-to videos to help players, because I like how my videos can sometimes help players, of why sometimes I like to record a lot of things in the video to show, hey, I found that there. So now it can help you guys find it. And, I mean, it seems to people's own thoughts, I did decent. Like, I will agree with some people that, yeah, like, it seemed like, compared to what the video was about, it was just a tiny bit having a little bit of extra things in it that wasn't about everything. But I was also making that video because it was my first experience for doing the Kuva Lich. So I never let that bother me because it was something that I was learning, and I will say for myself, I liked it. I wanted to keep it there in case if other people wanted to experience it themselves before they get into Warframe, and it did. It helped them. I got a few messages in the comments about people asking me questions even for, like, my own opinions on how to, like, set up your Warframes and such against Kuva Liches. And, you know what? I'm even going to answer those questions right now. Let me just get a moment here, and it looks like I don't have a larvaling to kill here, which kind of sucks. I guess we're going to extract here because there's no larvaling. And while I extract, I will also pull up that name to give that very nice commentator a shout out. So let me just pull it up here. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna cut it to when I grab the name quickly. All right, I found their name right here, and I have my face zoomed in here. I just do that sometimes because I don't know. I'm too used to doing that now. So from the viewer, please tell me who I am. Kind of, like, in my own opinion, that is like a very unique YouTube name that I've never seen before. But I will say, very interesting icon. I can barely see it. It looks kind of like a character in black and white stripes is sucking someone's finger. I don't know, or maybe they're poking his nose. I can barely see it. But they're saying right here, also, sorry, but could you kind of explain to me how you do it? Because I've seen you use Saren to distract her, because at the time, I was using Saren versus that female Kuva Lich in my video. Can I use other frames, ? And is there a cap? So, I did respond to them a little bit about this, but I figured I would also respond to any viewers that's watching this video to help them out as well. And while I do that, I'm going to go to this mission again, and I'm going to see if I can get a larvaling to spawn. So, first off, how I did it to distract the Kuva Lich, as everyone, like, for players that all know, like, from watching my video, you can already tell how I did it, but for players, like you, I'm gonna call you Please for short. So for you, Please, for players like you that are probably experiencing the game, like, I don't fully know, like, you know the name of the Warframe, so I'm guessing you're probably, like, just curious of how I distracted her in full, but you're probably not, like, that new. But anyway, I'm digressing. So how I distracted and got her attention off of me so I can freely take care of the Kuva Lich, mainly what I did was I relied on my regenerative molt, because I have a build for my Saren that allows me to sustain decent more amounts of damage because of regenerative molt healing me after I use it. And regenerative molt, for players that don't know, the molt ability for Saren also grabs aggro and attention off of Saren and onto the molt. So, like, say, like, these guys right here, I use it, I run away, and now as you see, they're attacking the molt. So, that's how I distracted her, because apparently abilities like that still affect the liches, which, I mean, it kind of surprised me. At first, when I first used my molt ability, it was mainly just to sustain because I was getting hit quite a bit. But then afterwards, funny enough, I found out that she actually is being pulled by the aggro of it too. So I afterwards just started using that as my go-to ability with Saren to pretty much deal with facing Kuva Liches and other threats. Now, to answer your other question about, like, can you use other frames? In my opinion, yes, you can use other frames. But in my opinion, I would recommend using Warframes with the ability to sustain unless you're joining parties, like with random players or friends. So, you don't want to face a Lich always alone, mainly if you're using a Warframe that cannot sustain and heal themselves, kind of like right here. If, like, say I'm being damaged too much from these guys, then I use Regenerative Molt, and I literally get full health in a few seconds. So Warframes like Saren, I recommend and prefer using myself. You don't have to use what I recommend. Like, no one has to do like what I recommend, like a demand or anything. Like, I'm just throwing it out there that, in my opinion of experiencing doing this new, like, Kuva Lich Hunt thing that they added, like, it's not new, but it's still decently new, because it was added not long ago, and I got stuck on that light. Stupid light trying to get in my way. Just like that guy, until I horribly maimed him with my whip. My Atarax. Just blending them. But anyway, yeah, like, in my opinion, like, you can use other Warframes. Like, I even, like, at one point in one of my, earlier videos, I used, like, some of the other Warframes that don't have a heal ability, similar to ones like, Limbo. Like, if I recall, there's an augment that you can make Limbo able to heal, I believe in his Cataclysm, but I don't have that augment yet, as probably is already obvious to some players already, because, well, they saw me in that video literally getting her, and when I'm in Cataclysm, I'm just getting energy, and not both energy and health. I'm wondering also where this larvaling is. Oh, wait, I think I'm going to the wrong... No, I know. Because they appear in these areas, too. I'm digressing so much. I'm sorry for sometimes of my digression. It's mainly just, like, sometimes I question a lot of things out in the open. And that guy... So anyway... in short, without digressing, again, yes, you can use other Warframes. It is possible. It's just, I would recommend using a Warframe that can be able to heal themselves so that while you're facing the Kuva Lich, because as you know, melee combat with a Kuva Lich is a bad idea. Like, I've literally used some of my best melee weapons, including the Atarax, even with, like, my combo counter at max, and my melee barely even scratches them, even when they're just rank 3. And I literally have a very decent and powerful build with my Atarax, too, that I can even do endgame content with it. I've tried endgame content with it, and I have succeeded. That's true story. But yeah, like, I would say use any Warframe you like, please. And try your best not to get into melee combat unless they are very low rank. Like, I believe rank 1 can be able to hurt them pretty badly with melee, but afterwards when they start hitting rank 2 and 3, melee becomes kind of pointless then, especially when the Kuva Liches, they like to grapple you and throw you across, like, the room, ragdolling. And as we know from one of my other past videos, my friend Cronin kind of experienced that, and he afterwards hit a glitch where he apparently ragdolled so badly, his Inaros could not get up. He was just stuck there on the floor. He couldn't get hurt, but he was stuck there. And even typing unstuck didn't do anything. So, yeah, like, in short, just use whatever Warframe you like. Mainly, if anything, try to use the, like, a sustaining Warframe more until you get comfortable with facing the Kuva Liches. Then maybe afterwards work into trying out other Warframes to see if maybe there's a way you can maybe upgrade your Warframe's build to prepare them for facing the Kuva Liches. Because, in my opinion, any Warframe is fine against the Kuva Liches. It's just ones that can be able to sustain and heal themselves, like Saren, Grendel, Atlas. He's a good one too. Those Warframes have like better chances of being able to face Kuva Liches even when they get to max rank of 5, because you can be able to heal yourself while you're facing off against the Liches. Now, I'll be right back when I finally find a Larvling, because I need to make sure that I'm going also to the right place. Because if I remember, I go to Ceres for my first time Kuva Lich Hunting, and I just want to get like another Lich again, but they're not spawning. Okay, there we go. So I found out why one wasn't spawning. I just realized I was going to a mission that was too low level. They spawn at level 20 pluses. It's been a little bit since I did Kuva Lich Hunt, because I was mainly focused on doing the one I was on, and as well as trying out Railjack, so I kind of lost track on what I needed to do, but I remember now, so... Hey! It's a different one. Well, it's different being like... It's not like last time where I literally got like multiple females in a row, but now I'm getting multiple males in a row.
They will become leech or die.
Now, the Guardian's saying they will become Lich or die? Like... I mean, I'm sure they will gladly be a Lich, being that they get to literally become extremely powerful. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe in lore, maybe they don't want to be a Lich. But then again, I mean, don't get caught by the Queen's Den and don't become a Larvling. Then you won't become a Lich. That's all I have to say to you, Grineer fugitives out there. Hey, if I ever Grineer fugitive as a viewer, well, hey, hope you like the content, I guess. I'm sorry I'm killing all your friends. But yeah, like, them saying they'll become, Lich or die, I'm wondering what that is. Like, I mean, they don't really have a choice. Oh, also, there's gonna be, sooner or later, when I get to that point, it's gonna take me a little bit because of the amount of... Okay, can you please stop teleporting me? You're getting really irritating. Jeez. I got teleported like 3 or 4 times there. There's only so many times I want to teleport people. I'm not Nova. Anywho, when I get to the point where I can finally do it, because it's going to take me a little bit of time for me to get to that point, I am going to be recording a hidden quest that apparently someone's already made a video of, that they found out that's part of the Empyrean game mode that they added in, the Railjack stuff. Like, there's apparently a secret quest. And apparently the quest is called Era, like E-R-R-A, I believe it's spelled. And yeah, like, apparently this quest is a hidden quest that you can only find, from getting to one of the farther points of the game, which I believe is the end game areas right now, which is the Vale Proxima. I'd have to look up into it again, because I know there's like another thing in the Vale Proxima that you can get as well from a sentient carrier, which apparently is the sentient arm gun. Now, apparently in the forums for this weapon, there's been some people saying that the weapon is kind of not worth it. Like, it's not that big a deal. And who knows? Maybe they're right. Maybe it's not big of a deal of a weapon, but I like to collect the weapons as best as I can anyway. So I'm like, you know what? I'll still go for it. Alright, Lich, show me what you got.
You're toxin. Imagine if a hangover could kill you. Now, imagine that hangover is a person. Surprise! It's me and I'm going to kill you.
Okay, so we got a Kuva Lich that's kind of trying to be a comedian here. And they have the Kuva Brack. Okay. That is actually one of my, that's one of my favorite weapons when I'm dealing with Corpus here and there, whenever I'm using some of my Grineer builds for my Brack. So I say that's actually kind of cool. Like, we're going to get the Kuva version, and I'll get to compare that sooner or later when I manage to get it, which is going to be a little bit. Very, very little bit. Yeah. So with that all taken care of all in all, I guess the only thing left for me to do would have to be to farm for the Kuva weapon now. I'm going to make sure to do that every day as time progresses so I don't torment myself like I did before with, like, having to, like, sit there constantly grinding again and again and again and again while sitting there recording for hours on end. I'd rather just, like, completely cut it and go straight to having that done in the next video. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell so that you guys can stay notified of the content that uploads onto my channel. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful day. And again, thank you all so much for the support. I feel the love, and I am grateful for all of you. Bye, everyone.
It's delicious.